No, you're right. 3-3-2. Matchups got along.
Good afternoon and welcome to Prep League Soccer, TSPN's production of St. Christopher Saints, here to visit the Trinity Episcopal Titans and renewing a Richmond rivalry that has produced competitive matches for like 50 years or so, and we're so excited to be here. I am Rick Hamlin, joined by 11th grader Will Hampton, 10th grader Evan Mackey, producer 11th grader Ash Bell, and it's game time. And the Saints have the opening kickoff. Now, this is a game that Titan players, coaches, and fans, I think, have been really excited for. And I think it's the only time these two play this year. At least in the regular season. They usually play twice a year, but this year only once. So Friday afternoon, about 73 degrees. What more could you ask for, fellas?
Perfect day for any sports.
Perfect day for some high school sports. Two teams coming in with identical records. St. Christopher's 3 wins, 3 losses, 2 draws. Trinity Episcopal 3 wins, 3 losses, 2 draws. And, of course, they played a lot of the same opponents as well. So we're expecting a really close game today. Hopefully your picture is, yeah, it's been a little tricky, but he should be good with the picture, and audio is good. Saints maintaining possession here early. Saints real patient in their build-up here. And connecting several passes, but the Titans doing a good job keeping their shape. It's back to goalkeeper Connor Welsh, and he switches play over to Stephen Bashara. And Saints just super patient here early on. Long ball now down the left wing for St. Christopher's, and good job cutting in, cutting past the defender, and then it's a penalty kick just about 2 minutes into the game. Foul on Roman Gamino, drawn by St. Christopher's number 3, Tyler Overstreet. Be Jack Bleacher, the captain, senior, stepping up for the left-footed penalty kick. Bleacher takes a deep breath, and Cole Farrell saves the PK. Cole Farrell with the big early save to keep the Saints off the scoreboard. So yeah, so that's a huge early play in this game. Evan, I know you know Cole Farrell well from baseball, and Will, I think you all went to middle school together too, right?
Yeah,
so both you guys know Cole. So what do you think that's going to do for his confidence here, making that PK save?
Definitely throughout the baseball season, I found that he was more, not confident, but reserved, and definitely showed his true colors throughout the season. Definitely came to life later on.
Yeah, he was JV goalie for 2 years, and I saw him save a lot of PKs in practice and some in games as well. And he guessed right. He got low and just made a heck of a save there, which is huge in this early part of the game. Good header there by Sam Adelar, sophomore. Here's another sophomore, Bryson Ferguson, earning a Titan throw in. And it's going to be senior Tucker Tedderton. Long throw down the line looking for Ben Gravely, but well defended by Stephen Bashara. A nice switch by Connor Welcher. Might be Dougie Boardman, as both goalkeepers are number 0 on the roster, but I think that's Dougie Boardman in goal. Caleb Watson showing off his quickness, and good poise shown there by Evan Broughton, but a turnover. And turn back over, and the Saints look to attack. Roman Gamino, he was called guilty for the PK that was saved in the first or second minute of the game. So I think Roman is probably breathing the biggest sigh of relief of anybody out here. Tucker Tedderton clears it with his weaker right foot out to safety. And Matthias Rusi, who was really the hero when these two played here last year. 1-0 Titan victory last year, and Matthias did just an incredible job at center back in that game, preserving the shutout. And it'll be a Titan free kick about midfield, but I mean, when these two teams have gotten together the last few years, they've all been incredibly competitive. Last year, Trinity won here 1-0. Saints won over there, I believe, 3-2. The year before, they tied in both regular season games and then faced each other in the state championship game, which St. Christopher's was able to prevail. And Saints did well to deal with that ball into the box, and they're looking to counter, but that one's going to trickle out for a throw. And I think both teams, fellas, early on here just really kind of feeling each other out. Other than the PK, there hasn't really been too much in it these first 7 minutes.
For sure. Both teams seem to be just getting a feel for each other, not any major attacks or anything.
Number 8, Cade Cox, trying to argue with the ref there, trying to argue his side.
Here goes Matthias Rusi.
Matthias pumps it all the way through, but senior keeper Dougie Boardman handles it. Well, handled by Tucker Tedderton, but then he gives away possession.
Bryson Ferguson coming behind.
Yeah, Bryson Ferguson, one of the fastest guys you're going to see on a soccer field in this state.
Saints waiting back.
Yeah, I mean, the Saints defenders are really comfortable with the ball at their feet. Some nice combination play there as they look to counter.
Not trying to make any big moves here, but definitely pushing it slowly downfield.
And again, they just play it back to Boardman and look to build out of the back. And you can see the Saints outside backs playing really high. I mean, it almost at this point looks like a back two in terms of the defense, with their left and right back pushed way up the field. Almost reminds me of watching Liverpool play, the favored team of St. Christopher's coach Jay Wood. Sam Adelar comes through and wins the 50-50, but he just overhit it. Evan, I know you were sitting with Sam today during study hall. How psyched was he for this one?
Oh yeah, I think he plays baseball with me, and he's just a competitor. I mean, total athlete, and he always puts his all in sports. And I think he was hyped to play St. Chris today, and ready to see what he has.
Yeah, I was just going to say he was one of the heroes in the JV victory over St. Christopher's last year on this field. I believe Sam scored in the 3-2 Titan win. All right, Saints with a free kick from about 35 yards out, right in the middle. They look to play it back post, and Titans drew the hard offside trap there, and everybody has to really be on the same page. So I don't know if you guys saw that, but right before Saints kicked the ball, all the Titan defenders ran up, leaving all of the Saints offsides. But if you have one guy not get up in time, all of a sudden they're all onside and unmarked. So well executed. That was right off the training pitch, I'm sure. Be Saints throw in down by the far corner flag, and shot is blocked by Tucker Tedderton. Comes out to Gardner Kaufman. Going to go out for a goal kick. It looks like one of the Saints players, I believe Cade Cox, trying to argue that it should be a corner kick, but that was pretty obviously off of White there.
Cole Farrell sends it out.
Yeah, and it would be nice for Trinity to be able to establish a little bit of possession. I think they're content to stay compact and behind the ball, but Titans have not connected many passes in these first 12 minutes.
Trying to
That's
find a little
great
pressure.
Throw in over the top to Ben Gravely, and well defended at the last second by Evan Broughton. And good shielding there by Luca Salafia, the right back for the Titans. Did well to draw the foul. Ball's coming straight down the middle. Cole Farrell will leave his box and pump it straight back up the middle. Job by Oliver Simpson to find Ben Gravely, but dispossessed by Max Mumford, and this chaotic spell of play continues, and just looks like two teams that are a little bit nervous, excited, but a lot of misplayed passes so far, and we see our first substitutions of the game coming in. And one thing you'll notice as this game progresses is St. Christopher's coach Jay Wood and his staff love to sub a lot. I think other than maybe the center backs, they typically sub everybody out each half. And, of course, in high school you have unlimited subs, so they really take advantage of that. And speaking of Coach Wood, he and head Titan coach Brian Phillips are great friends. Both have been doing this for over 30 years. Coach Wood, I'm not sure, I think it's his, I don't want to say the wrong thing, but definitely over 30 years. And Coach Phillips has been on the Titan coaching staff for, I think, 39 years as well, and head coach for 30, I believe. So these guys have coached against each other. I mean, most years play twice, often scrimmage. I mean, they probably coached against each other 100 times at this point. And they're great friends with a lot of mutual respect and admiration for sure. Headers flicked on, but no white jerseys there, and Will Farrell scoops it up. Punt it long.
Bryson Ferguson trying to pressure the Saints, but just a back and forth game.
Yeah, and Bryson hasn't had an opportunity to really have the ball on his feet yet, which is where he gets really dangerous when he can take on defenders.
Sure.
But
a lot of defense from the Titans.
Yeah, haven't established much possession like we said. Well, that should have been a handball, but I don't think the officials saw it, and comes in at the far post. Avi Gupta played it across, and that was a real warning shot for the Titans, but I thought Gupta was a little clever using his arm there, but his body shielded that from the official, and not a foul if you won't hear a whistle. Good header by Luka. And now we have a promising counterattack for the Titans, but Kenan Muminovic tried the reverse pass, and it was well read by Beckett Scallon. And now the Saints with some space to run into. Gupta gets it into the box, and Matthias Rusi cuts it out and sends it
into the
way out of play,
section.
into the seats, over the seats, where a lot of Trinity students are congregated. And see another substitution for St. Christopher's. Saying that a lot today. This time it looks like, I believe, Sutton Olsen checking in, junior. Grayson Bulow, who plays it out for another St. Christopher's throw. Long throw into the box. Oh, that shot laced across the face. And that was Jack Bleacher, the senior captain. We've seen a lot of him, very active up front. He was not able to convert on the penalty kick, which still is really the key play in this game as we're about 18 minutes into it.
Titans trying to send it out, put something together on offense. But
yeah, good pressure there by Oliver Simpson and Bryson Ferguson, and Bryson takes the throw in quickly. I'm not sure the rest of the Titans were ready for it, though, and now back Saints.
Ball.
These two teams played here 2 years ago, which ended in a 2-2 draw. Really one of the best high school soccer games I've ever seen. Both teams were just creating incredible opportunities, amazing defending, and I believe, if I remember correctly, Seth Molesky had a tap in and then the last minute to earn the draw. And, of course, they would play again that year at City Stadium in the state championship game.
So, Mr. Hamlin, as a soccer coach, I know you understand the game more than I probably do. But you see Cole Farrell sending it down the field. What do you think he's looking for? Who do you think he's trying to connect the ball with? Because I know the viewers might seem like he's just randomly punting it down the field, but where do you think he's trying to?
That's a great question. Let's see what happens here. Ben Gravely shot
Wide right.
just wide, and that left his foot. I thought it was goal bound for sure. Well struck by Ben. Yeah, but back to your question, and it is a good one, Evan. I think he's looking to hit one of the guys up top to potentially flick it on, in behind. And sometimes in this sport, and if you're a football fan, this will make sense as well. Sometimes you just want to sort of equivalent to like a punt in football where it's not always about possession. Sometimes you just want to get it
Send
down
them back.
the field
Send them
and
back, for sure.
send it back and get set and live to fight another day. And I think we've seen some of that from Cole, but also if he can get it onto the head of someone like Ben Gravely who can maybe flick it on. I also think if we see Alex Edsel at any point, he's a great target man up top. His size and strength.
For sure.
The biggest dude on the team. All right,
Saints
corner kick. It's well played, but just over everyone.
Stopped by the Saints.
Yeah, they keep it in play.
Right
Good
out of
save.
bounds. Chippy, Saints keeping possession. Over the Titans.
And it's going to be another corner kick. Tucker Tedderton tried hard to prevent the corner, but Evan Broughton pulled him down and went off Tucker last. So another corner, this time from the right side as the Saints attack the goal.
Saints with another corner kick, looking to connect for a goal. Sends it in,
Comes in at the near
headed
post.
out.
Off the post.
Sam Adelar, with another header.
Shot and
Sent down
finally
the field.
cleared. Dougie Boardman 30 yards out of his goal. Controls it
Boardman stopping it, sending it down the field.
and headed out by Tucker for another throw. Several more subs for the Saints, and also I think it's I believe the first time we've seen the Titans sub today with 8th grader Alex Peterson checking in. One of 3 8th graders on this year's varsity team.
Ooh,
Good job by Tucker Tedderton to shield it out, and I mean, just no reason for a trip there. I mean, I don't understand in a situation like that. Well, what is Cade Cox's argument? The ball's clearly out of bounds. You trip him, then you act like you did nothing. I mean, of course the ref's going to speak to you. It's a good thing it's Tucker and not a more hot-headed player who might come right back at him. This is a dirty play. Sorry, I'd say if it was the Titans too, that's a huge pet peeve of mine. The ball's going out.
for
Why are you
sure.
kicking a
Yeah,
guy?
no point. Yeah. It's an injury risk.
It's the same thing in football. Man giving himself up sliding. Just hit him in the head.
Yeah,
Draw.
that's a
Draw.
great comparison, Will. I think that's really well put. All right, Titans again send it down, and this is kind of the pattern that's developed in this game. Titans play it deep. Saints look to build out of the back. Long, and it's
Sent out.
well over the head of Cade Cox.
Titans looking to put something together here. Connecting with Bryson Ferguson.
Cox able to keep that one in play. Some nice passing around the back by St. Christopher's. Roma Gamino did really well there to hold off Jack Bleacher and win a throw-in for the Titans. So are a little over 23 minutes in here, no score. Both keepers have had the ball at their feet a lot, but neither has had to make really a spectacular save
Only
other than Cole on the early PK, which was a spectacular save.
For sure. Only seen 2 or 3 shots on goals. Titans sending it down.
Yeah, nice ball by Sam Adelar, and really
Stop by
good
Bo-
job there to handle it by Stephen Bashara. And
Ref telling them to
yeah, I mean,
slow
that
it
was
down.
a tiny nudge compared to what we saw down
yeah.
at the other end. All right,
Titans get
Gravely,
control.
yeah,
Oh,
misplaced
misplaced
pass
there.
by Ben Gravely.
Back to Boardman. Sends it downfield.
Got by
Missed head.
Matthias Rusi.
Stop by Cole. Now, Mr. Hamlin, if you were the Titans here or player, would you be comfortable just playing the game of defense and just letting the Saints keep coming to you, or would you try to, put some pressure, maybe put something together, put a goal in the net?
Well, obviously, you do want to score, but overall, I think if it's a wide open game and both teams going back and
For
forth,
sure.
that does play to the Saints' favor. I mean, I do
Yes.
think you can see their passing is a little better, their possession is a little better.
It's always nice to have the, hypothetical high ground.
Yeah, so
situation.
I think the Titans are playing it really well of just staying organized, keeping it compact, and looking for their opportunities to counter. Just got to be a little more clinical on the counters. Have been some misplaced passes, but in terms of overall strategy, I think Trinity's doing exactly what I would do in a game like this. There's just so many dangerous players on St. Christopher's that if you are wide open, sending lots of numbers forward, trying to get that goal, you leave yourself exposed. They're, and you got to play the score and the scoreboard. So sure, if you're down a goal with the last 15 minutes, then you're going to have to come out of your shell a little bit, take some more risk.
I mean,
But I think
0-0
at this
game.
point, 0-0 is just fine.
Sit comfortably.
I do want to go back. We didn't mention this, but I believe a minute ago Ben Gravely got a yellow card for that foul at midfield. So that's just something to keep an eye on. First card of the game. You see Alex Etzel, I mentioned him a few minutes ago. He's checked in for the first time up top. Sam Adelar might have gotten away with a handball there. His body language certainly indicated he thought it was a handball. Wardman comes out. Header.
Etzel down.
Yeah, it's just a lot of chaos.
Back and forth,
Yeah, it really
forth.
is.
No real shots or anything like that. Adelar.
Yeah, nice turn by Sam. He keeps going, leaves it for Oliver Simpson, who's looking to switch. And I think that was a nice decision by Oliver just to play the simple pass back to Grayson Bulow. And the Titans have got to start to establish some
form of
possession.
offense, yes.
I mean, like I said, big picture, I don't mind them being defensive, but you can't be just giving the ball away. And now we've seen him connect a few passes. That's a lovely ball
Right
out
down.
to Ben Gravely.
Looking to put a
They're
shot
gonna
on
say he
goal.
was
Stop by
offsides.
the-
Yeah. That was right in front of us. I mean, where we're positioned, I don't think we could have had a better view of that. And I do not think Ben was offsides when the ball was played, but it's tight.
Regardless of if it's nerves or just not knowing what each team has to bring, you'd think each team would try to punch him in the face or get in there, but no one really. Everyone's comfortable where they are, which I'm sure later on throughout the game, each team will try to.
Yeah, I do think so far, nearly half an hour in, this has sort of been one for the soccer purist in a way, in terms of if you if this isn't your favorite sport, this hasn't been the great advertisement for how exciting soccer can be. It's been
Yeah.
very tactical, either team wanting to risk a whole lot, and there's a reason for it, though. It actually reminds me of what you see a lot of time in like a cup final or a World Cup knockout match where neither team wants to take too many risks. Now, having said that, I mean, the Saints, as I've mentioned before, continue to send their outside backs high up the pitch. So I do think they've been a little more attack-minded. It's just Trinity is so well organized that they haven't really been able to get in behind, other than that one PK, and that was right off the bat. That was more of an individual effort by Tyler Overstreet, and we see him again look to get to the end line, and he will earn a corner kick. So I do think St. Christopher's best opportunities have come from Tyler Overstreet on the left, although he's going to actually be subbed out of the game right now after earning that corner kick. Also, Tucker Tedderton getting a rest. He's only been back for, I think, about 3 games now from a pretty long-term injury, so not sure he's able to go the full 90. But Titans having to yet again defend corner kick. We see a pick play there, and
Punched out by Cole.
Good spot by the official. That was a pick like you would see in basketball, which is it's not allowed. So well spotted by the referee. Cole with another long one that is sprayed out of bounds. Good effort. Try and keep it in by Alex Peterson, but he wasn't able to do that. Nice ball off the
Offsides.
post, but they're going to get offsides against the Saints. But I do think, Evan, you've asked a lot about this, but I do think that Titans are living a little dangerously there where they let number 6, Steven Bashara, just carry it. No pressure on the ball.
Yeah.
And Bashara was able to really pick out his pass, and Trinity was lucky that Carson Stalker just went a little split second early and was called for the offside. So it's one thing to be compact defensively, but you can't afford to not put pressure on the ball. I mean, guys this good are going to pick out the pass given that opportunity. Sam Adelar clears it out.
Bashara taking it back, sending it upfield.
Yeah, Bashar has been excellent.
Throughout the backfield.
Senior center back for the Saints. And we see he's
Bashara
just been super
back to
poised back
Boardman.
there.
Boardman again.
It seemed like most of the Saints' attack has been down their left side, and we see him coming off the left again. Oliver Simpson next to Peterson, over to Alex Edsel. This is a nice-looking counterattack, but Simpson just had a little too much on that for Kenan Muminovic. But that's what the Titans want to do. I mean, in a perfect world, they keep it compact and then look for their spots to counter like that. And for 3 or 4 passes, it looked promising, but then that final one just got away.
Bashara keeping possession into the midfield, sending it down to the Saints. Connecting with Max Mumford.
Yeah, Luka got beat there, and it's going to be a shot
Shot
from
on
the top
goal.
of the box, but
Saved by Cole.
Cole Farrell did a nice job getting his body behind it.
Been excellent so far.
He's had an excellent season. I mean, for his first year on varsity, you talk to these guys, they'll tell you he's been one of the most valuable players for sure. And I know all off season, the question for Trinity Soccer this year with the graduation of Joe Turkley would be, is there a keeper who can fill those big shoes of Joe?
Who can step up, you
and
know?
Cole has stepped up in a huge way. All right, lots of subs coming on now for the Saints.
Saints.
I said it back about 25 minutes ago that St. Christopher's, their pattern for years has been to play a lot of guys,
Keep everyone
sub
fresh.
at every opportunity, keep them fresh, and it's also a great way to keep your guys engaged, knowing that you go out, you're gonna get about 10 minutes, play your tail off, and then we'll get fresh legs in. Oliver Simpson
Putting
showed
pressure.
some fresh legs as he was able to beat a defender. That's a good-looking ball by Ben
Missing
Gravely.
that header.
Yeah, Broughton heads it wide, and speaking of subs, Tucker Tedderton came back in for the Titans. Subbed less, but a bit. That's a really good
To
ball
Max
around the
Mumford sending
corner.
it
And this is
downfield.
a very promising
Jack Bleacher
opportunity, and
Just misses.
Bleacher put it just wide, but that was
Sigh of
a,
relief for the Titans. Could have been dangerous.
yeah, that was an unbelievable ball. I think was it Mumford who played it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Got a little spin on it around the corner, and Roman Gamino was left in the lurch there, but fortunately for the Titans, Bleacher put it wide.
Cole Farrell with another ball downfield. Goes to
For sure.
header. Alex Edsel picks it out. Trying to put something together. Out to Bryson. Back in the Saints' control. Feels like it's just all it's been today is just
Yeah,
Saints just slowly pushing their fist in.
yeah. Nice catch there by goalkeeper coach Carter Tyree, showing why he is the goalie over there on the sideline. But no, you're exactly right, Evan. I mean, Trinity has rarely had more than 3 or 4 guys on their offensive half of midfield. Clearly the game plan, and Roman Gamino, good
Shoving.
tackle, but then he lost
Back
his
down.
feet, and I think he got really lucky there. I thought he tripped over the ball. Did not look like a foul from up here, but they're going to call Lucas Gordonier for the foul, and that's a break for Trinity.
Farrell once again.
This time he goes short for one of the
Oliver.
first times today.
Oliver kicks it to the midfield. Sam.
Yeah, I think Sam thought that Tucker was going to make that run, but that is where you got to be on the same page, right? Like, clearly, unlike St. Christopher's, who's sending their outside backs up the wings, Trinity is keeping their outside backs, Grayson Bulow and Tucker Tedderton, further back. So Sam anticipated Tucker coming forward, but that's just not the game plan today. And everybody who watches these games knows what a big fan I am of Sam, but it's kind of on him. You got to know. And here Sam's got to close down Bleacher as well as Kanan. Bleacher just skips through everybody. That's a goal for St. Christopher's, and it's really well earned by Jack Bleacher, and just not the defending you'd want to see on the ball for the Titans. Bleacher beat 3 or 4 guys there. Seemed like one of those deals where he was kind of like, you'll deal with it, and nobody dealt
And
with it.
nobody dealt with it.
And also, unfortunate for Cole Farrell, because it also took a wicked deflection. I think Cole maybe could have saved it, but it deflected off, I think, a Titan defender, and that was the enemy for Cole Farrell. So at some point now, you are going to see the Titans are going to have to get a little more risk-taking.
Yes,
And
I
we
mean,
see it here as
Bryson
Ferguson gets onto his left foot.
That's it.
Wide left.
Little under 6 minutes left. There's still time for the Titans to
For
put one in
sure.
before the halftime. But
Yeah, and I mean it's a good sign for the Titan fan that upon getting scored upon, they immediately responded with one of
Yeah.
their most promising attacks of the day. So nobody
Not gonna let
seemingly,
that
putting
take
their
them
head down and feeling sorry for themselves. And any team coached by Brian Phillips is never going to give up the fight. We know that. Good pressure there by Sam Adelar. Creates the turnover, but Ben Gravely took a little too much time on the ball there.
Gupta takes it up.
Yeah.
Back to Oliver.
Oliver's got
He sends it
Bryson if he can
upfield.
find him.
Bryson just
Yeah.
past him, out of bounds. Titans control. Etzel with the throw in here.
Evan, have you seen his throws? They
Wow.
are. That wasn't even his best one, but he
Yeah, he
has
can sling
very
it.
long throws for sure. The ball played out by Tucker Tedderton to Ben Gravely.
Bravely
Double team there
right in front
by
of us, sent out by Gupta.
Yeah, and Gardner Kaufman did well to hold his positioning there.
Fetterton with the throw in.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised they didn't bring Edsel over for this one.
Sam Adelar.
Just wanted one more touch, but knocked wide by Dougie Boardman, and I think if Sam could have gotten that off one touch sooner, perhaps he would have had a better chance, although who knows, maybe he would have skied it into the parking lot. So he kept it on frame, and Boardman did well to get down and knock it wide for the first corner kick of the game for the Titans. I know this is something that they've worked a lot on.
Bryson Ferguson taking it out, sending it up.
Well
Missed header.
headed,
Grayson Buelow.
and I think we had a collision of heads there between Evan Broughton, who's still down, Matthias Rusi. Pray that those guys are both okay.
Dias holding his head. Walking it off. Broughton still.
Hate to see that. Like St. Christopher's assistant coach Jack O'Donnell is out to check on things, and I think the trainer must be at field hockey, which we will bring you all an update on field hockey shortly. But right now, I just want to make sure that Evan Broughton is okay and he gets up, which is great to see. Evan showed a tremendous amount of bravery winning that header, and all right, so nice to see Evan Broughton walking off under his own power. It will necessitate a change at center back, and I think it's going to be Beckett Scallon coming in, who is just a freshman for the Saints. And I mentioned how St. Christopher's subs a lot other than at center back, and they generally don't change those positions. So I'm sure Broughton probably would have not come out but for this head situation. So Matthias Rusi also has been subbed out. Tucker Tedderton goes into the center back position, and resume play with both those gentlemen out, and hope and pray they're both okay. Foul there by Oliver Simpson. And we're into the last couple minutes of the first half here.
Bashara and Adelar are exchanging some words on the ball handoff. Don't know what that was about.
That was about St. Christopher's versus Trinity. It's always going to be a few words. Comes with the territory.
Bashara sends it downfield.
Evan, you were at the game a couple days ago when the two JV teams played, and you may have overheard a few words yourself, I think. So
Yeah.
it's all in the rivalry.
Always chippy between rivals, whether it's St. Chris, Trinity, Benedictine, Benedictine, St. Chris.
Exactly.
See that throughout public school and private school.
Yeah, I mean, it's what high school sports is all about.
Oh,
and
yeah.
As long as everyone is good-natured about it and doesn't cross the line, then that's what we
Yeah.
love. And going to be another goal kick by Cole Farrell, who's had quite a few of these today, as the Saints have had a lot of shots go wide, and they've had one shot go into the back of the net, as Jack Bleacher scored the only goal thus far.
Saints throw in.
Yeah, good tackle by Roman Gamino.
Gamino sends his defender flipping.
Nice job there by Salafia to head that out, but I think they're going to get a foul on the Saints anyway. It looks like Matthias Ruzzi is prepared to sub back in. Now, it was offside, or a foul rather, so can't sub on this, but still just a really good sign. Matthias is one of the most important and the most experienced player on the Titan team, and also just a great kid, so definitely don't want to see him in any jeopardy. Good job by Cole Farrell, and also a great job by Grayson Bulow to shield Bleacher off of that one. On throw
Farrell
this
throws
time
it
for
down.
Cole. Showing some of those baseball skills that Evan got to see.
Yeah, and I feel like goalies sometimes get overshadowed by, midfield attack. They're scoring all the goals, but Farrell just such a vocal goalie, really, almost like the quarterback position, or
Yep. See,
Another Saint.
it's Sutton Olsen, I believe. It's down. Afraid I didn't see exactly what went on there, but
2 minutes left on the clock.
holding his head as well, yeah. And that actually is, they're going to go ahead and call halftime at this point. So at the end of one half, St. Christopher's 1, Trinity Episcopal 0, and
Not out of reach,
no,
but
not by a long shot. But I want to get, Will, I'll start with you. Your impressions of the first half.
Well, so far the Saints have all just been on attack, throwing jabs at the Titans, trying to break through the defense. I think the Titans need to find ways through the Saints defense, find holes, and exploit them soon.
Yeah, and to be fair, there haven't been many holes to exploit thus far, and Titans have had a couple good looks. Ben Gravely had a good shot from the top of the box that was just wide, and then Sam Adelar had the shot that called Boardman into action with the save. But that's about it for real chances for Trinity.
Yeah.
And I think as the time progresses, if this score line stays where it is, I think you will see more risks taken by the Titans.
and it's almost unfortunate how early the penalty kick happened, because that essentially set the tone of the game. And just after, even though it was a miss and a good save by Cole, that's just set the whole tone for the game. And it's just been constant Saint pressure with no real counter from the Titans. Only a couple shots on goal from Adelar, and just nothing really working. But
Well, I think that's a good point. I mean, it did right off the bat in a game that I'm sure all week the coaches have been preaching to their players that we're going to be aggressive, we're going to take it to them, today's our day, and then you get called for a PK less than 2 minutes into the game.
Oh, yeah.
It does almost instantly put you on the back foot.
Mhm.
Now, thankfully it was saved, because it'd be a whole different picture we'd be looking at if it was a 2-goal deficit, but I do agree with you, Evan, that I think it established sort of a pattern in the game that the Saints were going to be the aggressor. But yeah, 45 minutes to go, 1-goal deficit. Titans still very much in this, and credit to St. Christopher's, who I do think has played really, really well here in the first half. Before we take a quick break to hydrate, I want to make sure that
Update on the Titans field hockey up 3-1.
hold on.
Sorry.
Let me set this up. Okay. Across this campus right now at Aycock Stadium, the top 2 field hockey teams in Virginia, and I believe 2 of the top 20 teams in the nation, Norfolk Academy and your Trinity Episcopal Titans, are playing simultaneously to this game. Or that one started 30 minutes earlier, so it's further progressed. It's probably actually just about over now. And we have gotten word that the Bulldogs of Norfolk Academy won, Titans of Trinity Episcopal 3. Titans with a huge win over NA for supremacy in Virginia field hockey, and Titans remain undefeated, and they're ranked as high as number 2 in the nation in some polls. So just unbelievable win for field hockey, and can't be more thrilled for Coach Sneed and that whole group of players, led by captains Carson Beatty, Alexa Murphy, and this is just an awesome win for those guys for sure.
Oh yeah.
And I'm guessing that we've already got a great crowd out here today, but probably as that game just ended, I bet you we'll get an influx of even more fans who've been over across campus supporting field hockey. All right, we're going to take a very quick break and get ourselves some water, get geared up for this second half, get geared up for this Titan comeback, and we'll be back in just about 4 minutes. Please stick around. Going to be a great second half. Don't touch it. You got it? Sir, scanning for signal. No HDMI signal. I mean, the stream's working. We just can't see.
Yeah, the computer's fine.
Yeah.
They can hear you guys. Everything's fine.
It's this.
It's just that cord.
Yeah.
Just hopped out. Stretch my legs.
This one's inconvenient and ugly, but it works the best.
Okay.
We're gonna try this. I'm almost positive it's this way. You were fine.
Okay.
It's gonna be ugly. It just has to work.
They scored and I was like, and it was like, I can't get my score up, and I can't control the clock, so the clock is still running.
I'm so unlucky.
That's rough.
10 years.
10 years. Yeah. Losing streak? That's crazy. Jake Kelly.
Very still as I rock the world here.
Oh gosh.
All right, second half is underway. Titan kickoff and coming together there, but no call. If you're just joining us, St. Christopher's with a 1-0 lead. Goal by Jack Bleacher. Good student section for the Titans, making some noise. And it's a fantastic crowd here on a Friday afternoon in October to see two longtime rivals battle it out here in the heart of the Trinity campus. Nice combination play by the Saints, and they're able to get a pretty good cross in, but Cole Farrell did well to scoop that one out.
Mr. Hamlin, how do you think the crowd will affect how the Titans are going to be playing the second half?
I mean, as a player, I think it does give you that extra little bit of inspiration. And, you know, I certainly remember, I know it was a long time ago, but playing in high school soccer games that, you know, your mom or your aunt might have been there cheering us on back in the day. And I do think having that vocal support, it just allows you to dig that little bit deeper. So it's definitely an advantage. The only possible risk is if you just sometimes certain players maybe try and just do a little too much because they want to impress their friends or impress the ladies or whatever. So you got to be careful with that. But overall, I think it's a really huge asset to have your fans. You know, and these guys playing on the field that they train on every day. It's a big advantage for sure. I mean, the other thing on that Evan is this field is a lot narrower than the field that St. Christopher's plays on, which is also their baseball field.
Yeah.
That's a really wide field, and so it does change the game. And you see how much the Saints are attacking down the wings, which is what they're very much trained to do. But on their home field, there's a lot more space out there. So I think that's an advantage to the Titans as well. Header there by Carson Stalker, but he was called for a little shove in the back on Sam Adelar. And at halftime, I went to the restroom, and the referee was in there. I said I wasn't too sure about that penalty kick, and but he kind of laughed. So I know him, so it was good. We had a good chuckle. And he actually reffed the JV game here against the Saints on Wednesday, which, as you know, Evan, got very chippy. And little chippiness there as I believe that's Ben Smith in goal now for the Saints. So the first half was Dougie Boardman and Ben Smith playing the second half.
Coming into the second half, you'd think like the overall play style of the Titans would switch up, but it seemed like it's just been the same Saints pressure.
Yeah, but I also think, I mean, if that, it's a little early to take too many risks.
Yeah.
I think you'll see, especially at a one-goal scored deficit, pretty much the same strategy from the Titans, just with maybe just that little extra vigor, though. But if it stays like this into the last 15 or so, I think you will start seeing some risk. Oliver Simpson, his shot was blocked. Bryson Ferguson played it in. And, I mean, the Titans definitely look more at it, winning more 50-50 balls. I thought the Saints won more of their fair share in the first half of those 50-50 balls, which if you're going to beat St. Christopher's, the top 5 team in the state, you got to have your lion's share of those.
Lucas Salafia with a throw-in.
Wow, nice move there, and that's Mumford again. Max Mumford, he's been really impressive in the middle for St. Christopher's. Evan Broughton, and we're going to see a card there for St. Christopher's on Carson Stalker. Evan Broughton, number 2 for the Saints, who had that head injury late in the first half, is still not returned to the game. So certainly hope that Broughton's okay. But he is not in currently.
Matthias seems to be okay. He's the one that collided with Broughton early.
Yeah, and Matthias walked away from it. Broughton did not, and he needed a lot of attention. And I know they got the trainer with him, so just hope he's okay. Oh, good pressure. Ben Gravely steals it. Oh, his pass for Kenan Muminovic was just behind him, and the Saints were a little careless there in their own box, but great pressing. And Daniel Kehoe took that one right in the midsection. Nice pass by Oliver Simpson. Good turn by Kenan Muminovic, but dispossessed by Max Mumford. And now Sam Adelar just about wins it back. Great defense by Tucker Tedderton, but Saints get it back, and it is getting scrappy out there. Great defending by Roman Gamino, though, to draw the foul. And, fellas, I already think there's just a little more intensity into the second half. This is kind of what we were expecting off the top. And Ben Gravely earns a corner kick for the Titans. Do you feel it? Go ahead.
Yeah, they're playing with a lot more intensity than I saw in the first half.
Yeah, I think you feel it on the field, in the stands. It just, I don't know if we're able to convey to folks viewing at home or on their phones, but everything feels a little more electric right now, which is what you want in a high school sporting event. Oh,
I would say a little over, maybe a little under half of the student section just came from watching the field hockey game, which was a big win, and I'm sure they're still fired up from that,
yeah, great point.
sending the energy back to
I think
this Titan soccer game.
they needed to let Roman know there. I don't think he needed to play that into the woods. I mean, the Saints had really nobody up there, and I think Roman could have tried to keep possession, but this allows St. Christopher's to get numbers forward, and there's Bleacher and Gamino who've been battling really all day. Here we go with Sam Adelar carrying it forward. That's a good-looking ball by Oliver Simpson. Caleb Watson showing off his quickness, but he loses out of bounds, and he went over maybe looking for a call, but I don't think there was too much in that one. Saints with the short goal kick, and number 7, Beckett Scallon, the freshman, looking to connect a pass to Bleacher. Good ball out to Tyler Overstreet. Falls for Bleacher, and a left-footed finish by Jack Bleacher. Great shot. And, you know, that goal, Titans got a little, lost their shape a little bit, and lost possession in a dangerous area, and the right back, Lucas Salafia, got kind of pulled inside, and on that turnover, the Saints were able to find Overstreet in lots of space. He put a good cross in, and Trinity did not fully clear it, and Jack Bleacher on the scoreboard for the second time today.
Like the Titans subbed in freshman Charlie Widoff.
Yeah, he scored some goals this year and had a really good impact here in his first year on the varsity team. And he's got some speed. He's got a great left foot. And hopefully he can provide some of that offense that the Titans desperately need right now. Charlie almost got involved there, but goes through to goalkeeper Ben Smith. Sorry, yeah, I was just looking at the goal again, and Titans just didn't deal with the clearance when Overstreet crossed it in, and great job by Roman Gamino to get in the way there. And it was Daniel Kehoe who won the foot race, but then ball goes out for a Titan goal kick. So with about 33 minutes left, Evan, I know you're about to ask me what does Trinity need to do. I think they've shown the second half more aggression, more offense. By putting Charlie Widoff in, I mean, he's more of an offensive type player, so even that sort of chess move is a little bit of a nod to an offensive risk. Cole Farrell, what a job coming out and snuffing that one out and quickly looking deep. But the other thing I just think is at 0-2 down, I mean, you're still very much in this game. You know, they
Oh, yeah.
cannot go – that's offsides. They cannot go so they can't throw caution to the wind and put so many numbers forward that they give up a third. At 3,
Yeah.
it's virtually insurmountable with the amount of time left in this game.
And at the same time, you can't let the goals and the 2 goals they've scored like intimidate you. You can't let it get you down. You got to stay in it. And it's not out of reach at all. But it can definitely be a momentum shift when the Saints put together a nice goal within the first 15 minutes of the second half. So you can't let that affect them.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, up until the goal, I actually thought, you know, we all agreed that St. Christopher's was the dominant team in the first half and tipped our cap. But I think the first 10 minutes of this second half, or at least up until the goal was scored, I actually thought Trinity was probably outplaying them really for the first time today. So Matthias Rusi just straight down the pipe and well handled by Ben Smith, the second half keeper here for St. Christopher's.
Know that of many teams that use 2 goalies, 1 per half.
It's not really. It's pretty rare. It's not unheard of, but you know, I do think it seems inconsistency. I should say it seems consistent with Coach Jay Wood's philosophy to really play as many guys as possible, and we see that again here with some subs coming in, including Mason Groom, another freshman who I don't believe we've seen number 29 Groom out there just yet. So I think Coach Wood tries to get everybody in. And, you know, to be clear, like years where the Saints had one goalie who was clearly the starter, like Rex Alphin a few years ago, who's now playing for Bucknell. Like Rex certainly played both halves, you know, unless they had a big lead or whatever. But if he feels like Boardman and Smith are relatively close, then you give them each a chance. And it is one way of making sure that they both stay engaged at practice, knowing that they're going to get their opportunities. I mean, based on what I've seen so far, and again, I mean, we've only seen about an hour of these Saints play, but it seems to me like Smith might be a little more vocal and Boardman maybe a bit taller.
And no mistakes from Boardman in the first half.
No, he was super solid.
Mix it up, new face.
Yeah. He did have one clearance that wasn't great, but it wasn't too much of a problem. And to be fair, he didn't have a ton to do, but the one time he had to make a good low save on the Sam Adelar shot, he did that. Colin Wishnak comes in now for the Saints. I think it's the first time we've seen him, I'm pretty sure. So I think every St. Christopher's player who's healthy and in uniform has pretty much gotten a run out there. That corner kick sails over everyone. And you see that sometimes when teams come here to visit. This field is just so much narrower that if you do your normal corner kick, where that would be at St. Christopher's Field, it'd be right in the goal mouth. But here at Trinity, it sails over everybody just because it's just a much more narrow field. And I believe Sam Adelar was perhaps called for an illegal throw, and he very clearly said how. We could hear that from here. Haven't heard much from either sideline. I mean, I'm sure the coaches have been doing plenty of coaching, but they haven't been so loud that we've been able to hear them.
Yeah.
Sometimes that does happen. Charlie Widoff trying to get down there, and Smith had to come out of his box for that one. Alex Edsall's in now, and Ben Gravely is stretching over on the sideline. Hopefully Ben's all right. That's a really nice ball and well handled as well. This is a real opportunity. Overstreet keeps it in, and it'll be a corner kick. But Lucas Gournier did a great job bringing that ball out of the air. That was an impressive first touch by Lucas. And now Lucas Gournier is going to take the corner kick. see if he can do a little bit better job with this one. Goes to the near post, headed out by Luke, but it fell to Mason Groom, but Mason's shot goes over.
Saints not struggling with the corner kicks, but definitely uncomfortable with the narrower field, it seems. One's too short, one's too far, but they seem to be adjusting nicely, slowly to the shorter field, narrower field.
Yeah, number 10 for St. Christopher's there had a really nice header, and he's had some good play in the middle today. We don't have a number 10 on the roster that the Saints gave us, so. Okay, so that's Sutton Olsen. Thank you to producer Ash Bell. Sutton switched jerseys at halftime. I guess he may have had some blood on that one, because remember he got hit in the nose right at the end of the first half. There's Sutton. Oh, I think that's just cramping for Roman Gamino, but we know that can be pretty painful. And Roman's been out there this whole game. Temperature is comfortable, but it is a humid day, and we see these guys are quite sweaty, and I think it's just cramps. As we see Kenan Muminovic stretching Roman's leg, trying to get that cramp out. But the official is saying he's going to have to come out. And some of the players going over to get some hydration.
This is where we can see the benefits of the St. Chris's strategy. Keeping everybody rotating through. You don't see many. You won't see many cramps like that with St. Chris's constant rotation. That's why leaving people out might affect you.
Yeah, and probably means, I'm guessing Tucker Tedderton will slide to center back. All right, so guessing we'll have, wow, some added time for that one. And Cole Farrell right into the back of Jack Bleacher there. Comes back to Cole. Good header by Sam Adelar, and Charlie Widoff is showing his speed, but good job by Saints to recover. And that was really impressive speed by Grayson Bulow, recovering in defense, as well as Avi Gupta. Both those guys were flying down the wing, weren't they? Sutton Olsen called for another foul. He's not the biggest fan of this official right now, as he's been called for a few fouls right there in the middle of the field. See if the Titans can take advantage. After that strong start to the second half, they've not really threatened for a while here. Good touch by Ben Gravely. Nice turn by Oliver Simpson, and now we see Gino Galvez in. Luca got fouled by Mason Groom. They go short this time, and Oliver Simpson putting on some moves. Good first touch by Charlie, but he lost possession. Ball still in.
A little over 20 minutes left. We saw Roman Gamino get carted back to the Titans sideline. He's back up on his feet. Seems to be okay,
Yeah.
but don't know if we'll see.
Have either of y'all ever like had leg cramps?
Oh,
Like,
yes.
yeah.
Oh, I'm surprised.
If you probably will at some point. I mean, at my age, I pretty much get them every time I play at this stage, but it's very painful. But I mean, it does pass, and hopefully Roman can come back in. Looks like he's stretching it out. He's got a foam roller, and Roman's been such a key player in the heart of that defense for the Titans, so they're going to want him back in. And another corner kick for the Saints, and just really good effort. Tyler Overstreet and Jack Bleacher, who've been two of the more, I think, impressive players out there for the Saints. And we see a couple subs. Matthew Noble, as well as Cade Cox.
Another Saints corner kick here.
Yeah, Titans have defended corners well thus far. Historically, St. Christopher is very dangerous from corners, and Charlie Widoff with a big clearance. Nicely done by the freshman. Good job by Tucker Tedderton just to ease Bleacher off that. Bleacher looks like a pretty strong dude, so Tucker did well to do that, keep him away. And good flicked header there by Sam Adelar. One thing you love about Sam Adelar, I mean, he will never stop running, never stop trying his best. Matthias Rusi looks like he might have taken a kick to the head there, and of course he already had to shake off an injury earlier from that head collision with Evan Broughton. So Matthias, though, so never afraid to stick his nose into some action. Another good header by Sam. Good interception by Charlie Widoff. Connects to Kenan Muminovic, who plays a long ball to the corner that Charlie's fighting for, and actually going to get Charlie with a little shove in the back on that one. Strong header by Matthias Rusi, and feels like every time Kenan Muminovic has gotten the ball, there have been 2 or 3 Saints around him in that middle of the field, and we see Kenan with a little bit of a frustration foul there. And, you know, it has been a frustrating afternoon for the Titans, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, they've just not ever really gotten into a great game flow. And when they finally started to play their best soccer of the day, got hit with that second Saint goal, and really seemingly haven't been able to reestablish much since then.
Sam and Kunan, just it feels like every time they get the ball, it's just trapped every single time, turned over back to the Saints, and just almost feels impossible to get it to the other side of the field. I'm sure they'll find something and it'll click. It's just when will it?
Yeah.
As clock hits 16,
Right.
16 minutes.
A goal would, I mean, this is maybe the most obvious thing I've ever said, but a goal would profoundly change this game.
Oh,
Either
yeah.
way. I mean, a goal by St. Christopher's with this amount of time left would just about end and extinguish any hope. And a Trinity goal would be game on, and we'd be set up for a fascinating finish. But it needs to happen soon. Jenks and Liam O'Neill in for the first time. And Liam, if you haven't seen him play, he's just a really fun player to watch. Will, I believe, at the last broadcast, you were alert to the work he was doing out there. When I actually misidentified him a couple times because he and Reed Woodward look so much alike. But Liam is quick, scrappy.
Zooming.
Already, yeah, I mean, just zoom in. And he created this turnover, which created a chance. Good effort by Charlie. But,
Titans just need to try and keep
yeah.
it.
But that shows you what Liam O'Neill brings to the table.
Oh, yeah.
And he's just very direct, linear, quick, and he's got just a lot of energy and scrappiness, and the kind of player that, as a coach, you just love to have on your team. It's a good ball, but Cade Cox could not quite keep it in play. Look at that effort by Sam Adelar, and he couldn't quite keep it in, but I talked
Really
about he'll never stop
Oh,
running.
yeah,
I mean,
I
that
mean-
looked like a lost cause, and Sam just sprinted all the way through that line.
To tie it back to baseball, I've played baseball with Sam since we were 4 years old, and something I've always noticed about him is regardless of how he hits, how he plays in the field, he'll never let it affect his attitude or how he plays. I mean, he's one of the most smiley, cheery people I know, so that's,
What
You
about
know.
you? What if you're in a slump? Does that affect your smile?
yeah.
But you don't get in slumps, right?
I wish.
Evan, I've heard your tactic is when you have a slump for a couple games, you just buy a new chain, and maybe that one will be lucky. All right, so about 12 minutes on the clock. I do think there should be some stoppage time in this one. There was a rather lengthy delay for the Roman Gamino injury. I don't know. I mean, Sam Adelar claiming that he got all ball there. From here, it looked like a foul, I have to say. I mean, Sam came from behind, but he was either convinced he got all ball or he's a really good actor. It's nice to see Roman Gamino running over there on the sidelines, and he's moving a whole lot better than when we saw him carted off the field about 15 minutes ago.
Saints throw in.
Yeah, and per usual, we'll see some subs come in for the Saints. It's the goal scorer, Jack Bleacher, coming back in. Scored both St. Christopher's goals. He's had an action-packed day. Had a penalty kick save, but he scored 2. And we also see Bryson Ferguson come back in for the Titans. Nice little cheeky pass from Ben Gravely with the nutmeg, and Bryson coming in with fresh legs. They immediately double team him.
That seems to be the game the Saints have been playing, is just trapped to the ball. I mean, in basketball, soccer, I mean, any sport that involves a goal. Clearly working.
Cross.
Double teams effective. You know.
Nice job by Matthias to knock that off of Gupta for that's Luke Ryan out there for the Saints.
Clock slowly winds to 10 minutes.
Probably feels pretty fast for the Titans right now. Daniel Kehoe gets around the corner. What a tackle by Tucker Tedderton.
Great stop.
He timed that tackle perfectly, because if you get that one wrong, it's a penalty. Liam O'Neill. Ooh. Liam, he got his hand up there a little bit. I mean,
Yeah, but
wasn't a ton of contact, but I think this Trinity crowd is just looking for any excuse to cheer. Look at Liam's face. If you look up game face in the dictionary, wow. That is a kid that wants it.
A close call this past 5 minutes.
I do think Liam's presence has kind of lifted everybody's energy, just because he plays with so much energy. We see Liam there. Good job. Shields it. Passes to Tedderton, and Titans trying to establish a bit of possession. That's not going to help, though, that turnover there. Kehoe lays it off for Ryan. Into Bleacher looking for the hat trick. Well defended by the Titans, and Trinity throw. I mean, the crowd's still hopeful. Doesn't feel like anybody's given up hope, but
8:20 left. Might need to
yeah, you got
be a goal here to
yes.
keep any hope
It's got to
alive.
happen quickly. Oh, Liam couldn't save that, and going to be now 3 more substitutes for the Saints. Strong header by Tucker Tedderton. And nice little ball by Gino Galvez out to Bryson Ferguson. Just really haven't seen Bryson, who's such a dangerous player, but he just hasn't had many opportunities to get on the ball.
it almost feels like the Saints have an extra person on defense in a way. Like they just always have a double team on the ball, and it's possible to get by. And I'd imagine it's frustrating as a Bryson, a Sam, to get by that.
Yeah. No, I think that's well put, Evan. And some of it was the Titans' game plan to keep some extra bodies maybe back and not have as many people in the attack, and that kind of makes it feel that way. And now the Saints, with that 2-goal lead, they've kept. I mentioned in the first half how they had their outside backs really getting forward, but once they got that second goal, we haven't seen that as much, right? Like they're able to keep more guys in the defense. Oliver Simpson controls it. He looks to earn a corner, maybe even better. Keeps it in. That one, I think, hit the referee, so they'll have to, by rule, bring that back for a drop ball.
With 5:30 left in the clock.
Yeah, and you can't blame them. Good job by Tucker Tedderton. He's played his tail off today, that's for sure. Bryson finally able to kind of stretch his legs, but good defending by Cade Cox. Or correction, that one was Tyler Overstreet. Here comes one of those big Alex Edsel throws. Well defended by the Saints. Lucas Salafia gets into a nice position. Good low cross, but again, the Saints doing a really good job defensively. Look at that effort by Sam Adelar, but they crowd him out. And Evan, that's exactly what you were talking about. Just every time the Titans get it in a good position, 2 or 3 Saints are on the ball. And if you look at the 2 goals St. Christopher scored, that's what didn't happen at the other end. Bleacher was able both times to kind of get himself away from defenders. And I hope your car's safe, because that one was way into the parking lot. Ball's halfway to my house. Good pass from Luka over to Oliver Simpson. And a few more subs for the Saints.
I think they should be tracking for how many subs they have this game.
Yeah, I mean that's just something that Coach Wood has always done, and it shows a lot of faith in his bench. I mean, he gets a lot of guys in. August Wood in, number 19. Wow, this falls nicely to Ben Gravely, who is offsides. Coach Tyree did not agree with that call. I mentioned it a little bit ago. We hadn't heard the coach's voice as much, but I heard
that one.
I heard that one. But we all owe Coach Tyree a debt of thanks, because without him, this broadcast would not be possible. And that is literally true. Nice ball there. Oliver Simpson's going to get there, and nicely done by Ben Smith, who then clears it out onto the football practice field. Titans threw it in quick.
Right back in.
I was still looking to see where that ball landed, and it was back in play. Now we got, not sure why he stopped it there. Did somebody get a card? I didn't see. Alex Edsel finds Bryson. Oof.
Left.
Nice counter for the Saints. Good tackle by Luca. Good turn by Jack Bleacher, and his shot, as he looked for that hat trick. I mean, Titans for sure showing no quit. I mean, they're
Oh, yeah.
look at that speed by Bryson Ferguson, and a great last-ditch tackle, and he is celebrating it hard. And I believe that was Stephen Bashira, who Bryson had him by half a step, but a great job by Bashira to get that tackle in, and he celebrated it like he scored the game-winning goal.
Titans got
Yeah, they take a short
up.
corner.
Oh.
And it's in!
And
That's a goal! And Titans have cut it to 2-1 as Matthias Rusi quickly grabs the ball out of the net. I think it was Tucker Tedderton that scored. A lot of bodies in there, but
that rejuvenates the student section's energy.
big time.
Glimmer of hope. 2-1.
about a minute left, about extra time.
Yeah, so it'll be really interesting to see because the same ref on Wednesday didn't add any extra time for a JV game that there were several injuries. But I think for varsity you have to add time, I'm pretty sure. And it should be about 4 or 5 minutes, I think. I mean, Roman was down for a while.
I mean, with the pressure from the Titans, this could
What a
be
ball! Oliver Simpson was looking for Alex Edsel.
Smith brought it out.
Yeah, Smith was in great position. Just trying to go back and see the goal. Oof. Got a foul on the Saints.
Now in the extra time.
Titans got about 9 guys forward. It's Matthias Rusi's going to take this free kick. Puts it into the box. Flicked by Kanan. Falls to Sam Adelar. Falls to Alex Edsel. Still up in the air. It falls again. Goal! Goal, but they call a foul.
No, they called off.
No goal. A foul called. I guess they're going to say the keeper was
Touch.
interfered with.
Fans are not happy.
The fans are not happy. I mean, I don't know. It was a scrum in there. But this very direct attack by the Titans has proven to be really putting the Saints under a tremendous amount of pressure. And
Going for a handball.
yeah, it's going to be another chance to pump it in the box. I just tried to look back at, I think they had maybe Alex Edsel might have obstructed the keeper. To be honest, there wasn't a whole lot in it. Even Cole Farrell, the goalkeeper, is up now at midfield. And this is a promising angle, and it's headed down. Should be a corner kick for the Titans, and it is.
Game teeing up.
I mean, the guys on the Trinity bench are really into it. It's another short corner. It's low, and it's going to be another corner. Yeah, if you're just joining us, I mean, Titans scored after being 2-0 down with just a couple minutes to go, and now just a wild finish as Trinity throws everything at the Saints to try and get a second goal. Not a great corner, and that will do it. And St. Christopher's hangs on for the 2-1 victory. The Titans are going to be really frustrated, I think, especially with the goal that was chalked off there late.
Offside, some Ben, crazy.
Yeah, we know Coach Tyree definitely saw it differently, and he had a great angle on it. So, tough one to take for the Titans, but I also think, have a lot to be proud of. I mean, a game when you're 2-0 down with less than 5 to go, a lot of teams at that point throw in the towel, and these guys absolutely battled to the very, very end, and still have a lot left to play for this year. And still a great day for Titan Athletics with a huge field hockey win, 3-1 over Norfolk Academy to stay as the only undefeated team in the VISA for field hockey. And just want to get you guys' final impressions on this one. Evan, why don't we hear from you first?
I mean, if there were 5 more minutes of that game, we could have seen a totally different outcome. I think the Titans just, had confidence built up, but it was a little too late. And it was overall a good game, but just definitely Saints heavy.
Will?
Well, I think that slow start in that first half hurt them a lot. Just letting the Saints dominate how the first half went, but second half started out hot. That quick goal by Jack Beecher shut them down for the rest until 5 minutes left. Found the fire back, and almost finished the game with it. I think they can keep building on with that momentum pattern that last couple minutes of the game.
Yeah, I think it's, again, like you said, I mean, incredible fight to the finish. We see across the way Coach Phillips and Coach Wood, 2 guys who really embody the model of the independent school teacher, coach, educator, and have a ton of respect for one another. And just a really hard-fought game and an incredibly exciting second half. It took this game a little time to come to life. And Evan, you were calling for the Titans to maybe throw caution to the wind a little earlier, and it did seem like when they did that, it brought some real opportunities with it. But Titans have a lot more to fight for as the season progresses, and this was just a lot of fun to be a part of. And congratulations to St. Christopher's for coming on the road in a hostile environment and eking out a 2-1 win. And we'll wish the Saints good luck the rest of the season, and look forward to bringing you all several more Titan home games this year, as well as field hockey, football, volleyball, and all the other fall sports here on campus. So I want to thank Ash Bell for producing today. Thank Carter Tyree, the executive producer, who got us all set up. Thanks to Evan Mackey and Will Hampton, my co-commentators today. Hope everybody has a lovely weekend. We'll see you next time.